The watch that Daniel Craig wore in Skyfall, which was originally valued at $5,000, sold at auction for $254,273. Find the markup rate, or percent of increase, in the value of the watch. Round to the nearest percent. Again, we're going to use the percent equation here, but because we're dealing with a markup rate, or a percent of increase, the way that this works is we're going to have the change is what percent of the original. Very similarly to what happened when we looked at the discount rate. Now again, the change is not something that we're given directly. We have to figure out what the change in price was by taking the higher price and subtracting the original price. So to find the change, we have to take $254,273 and subtract $5,000 from that. You can, of course, use a calculator, but I'm going to be a little bit lazy here. Borrow from the 5, that gives us 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. Hopefully I have done this correctly. The change in price is $249,273. And this is, now what percent? We don't know what the percent is. So that's just going to be what percent of, and the original value here is $5,000. That's the original value of the price before it got super expensive because a famous person wore it in a movie. So now we can convert this to an equation. This is going to become 249,273 equals, and since we don't know the percent, that's going to be our variable x. Of represents multiplication, and then we've got 5,000. So we have 249,273 equals x times 5,000. To get x alone, we need to divide both sides by 5,000. When we do that on the right-hand side, we're left with x all by itself. And when we perform the division on the left, we get 49.8546. Now this is not our final answer because we have to convert it to a percent. We were asked what the percent increase was, or the markup rate, and this is not a percent. To convert from a decimal to a percent, we need to move the decimal point to the right 2 places. When we do that, we get 4,985.46%, and we were asked to round to the nearest percent, and so the nearest whole percent is going to be 4,985%, and that is the percent increase, or the markup rate, in the value of the watch. Some students get a little bit confused when they see this, because this is more than 100%. When we have a markup rate, oftentimes the markup rate is going to be much more than 100%. If an item ends up being owned or used by a celebrity and then it goes on sale, it's going to skyrocket in value. If you have a company that is making some sort of an object that they want to sell, if Nike makes shoes, you can bet that they mark up their prices quite a bit. A $300 pair of Nikes does not cost them $300 to make. Usually it costs them probably, I'm just guessing here, probably between $40 and $50. So the markup rate is well over 100%. But you'll never see that with discount rates. Discount rates, or percent of decrease, is never going to be over 100%, because if they gave you more than a 100% discount on something, they'd be paying you. But whenever there are markup rates involved, or percent of increase rates, those are often going to be over 100% and sometimes well over 100%.